What's going on, nerds? Emo Killer here, and today we're going over some more Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void play action. Today I'll be covering Mission 4. However, disclaimer, for those of you who don't want to see the cutscenes and the upgrades that I do in between because I try to go through each conversational possibility, go ahead and skip to 11 minutes and 12 seconds. That's how much cutscenes and interactions that there are available on the ship. So skip forward to that. Everybody else, here's the cinema.
The Spear of Adun, a marvel of Kalai engineering, and last of the three great Ark ships, each created to ensure the continuation of our culture in a dark time. Within its chambers rest contingents of zealots, Templar who bravely sacrificed, entering suspension so that they may serve as this vessel's army. Though it pains me greatly, I have begun severing their nerve cords. The ship's lower decks contain a star forge capable of constructing weapons of war. There is much to learn about this vessel. Its technology is ancient, yet highly advanced. We are aboard a relic from a glorious time, when our culture shined as a constellation. The Celestial Array has been updated, Hierarch. From here, you may select our next point of travel.
With this vessel, we will avenge what has transpired, Karax, and we will free the Templar. Lost once more. My grand vision of reclamation left in ruins.
So for this bit I chose Shakuris, just for the Dark Templar unit.
This must not stand.
Figured that would be
The
pretty
Nerazim
effective.
of Shakuris ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
So it's up to you guys which one you want to choose. I'll put links in the video to pull you to the Mobius region if that's where you choose to go.
No.
Hierarch, Shakuris is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuris has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
So this will open up several different options on the ships, which you'll see me go through.
Hierarch, before our armies engage the enemy, it would be wise to review our military capabilities within the War Council.
Karax, even without the Kala's light, I can sense your sadness, your pain. Does the Spear of Adun bring you no joy?
That is just it, Hierarch. Without the Kala, it is as if I am blind. I cannot sense your feelings, know the true depth of your thoughts. I cannot call upon the surety of other phase-smiths. I am alone.
I feel the isolation as well, as though thrashing within the vacuum of space. But you are not alone, brother.
To think, the Dark Templar have endured this existence all this time. The days ahead will not be easy.
We may not have the Kala to rely on, Karax, but we still stand as one. We will endure. There is no other option.
I like his go-get-em attitude.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Aya when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he
Yes?
He tried to free me. And he succeeded at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted.
Moving on to the war console now.
A preserver? Released from stasis?
She still bears her nerve cords. She is tethered to the collar.
Hold. I am Rohana, Grand Preserver of the Valari, and your War Council advisor. You must be the Executor in command.
You are not possessed by the Dark One. How is this possible?
I feel darkness lingering at the edges of my every thought, but I am not corrupted. Preservers of my station have trained to control the Kala's every ripple. I assure you, I will stave off this evil and serve you better by doing so. As all preservers, I hold the memories and personalities of Protoss prior to my submission to stasis. This will allow me to contrast your tactical decisions with those of past executors. From this chamber, you will be able to make all military allocations.
I am Artanis, Hierarch of the Daylon. I lead all that is left of our civilization. Your memories are indeed of use, Rohana. But make no mistake. If you fall to this corruption, I will not hesitate to destroy you.
It is understood. I am prepared for the Firstborn's darkest hour. Come, let me show you what may be done here. The assembly panel awaits, Hierarch. We may begin whenever you are ready.
I have heard only tales of the Grand Preservers. I did not expect to encounter one aboard this vessel.
That is not surprising, Hierarch. My sisters and I are unique, trained from birth to master every intricacy of the Kala. I have experienced its true depth, plunged the infinite spectrum of emotion and memory. It is because of this gift we were selected to enter stasis, so that we may guide you in our most dire hour.
Your sisters were aboard the other Ark ships? Then they...
Are one with the Kala, fallen during the Zerg invasion of Ire. I know this. I feel the tragedy that has befallen us, more deeply than you may realize.
A terrible burden has been laid upon you, Rohana.
Yet it is my fate to bear it. A fate foreseen by the same minds that constructed this vessel. I trust in their wisdom, Hierarch. I will serve my purpose, much as you must serve yours. The assembly panel allows you to customize your army based on the Protoss technology we encounter. Select a warrior category to begin. Now you may choose one of the two factions for use in upcoming
So
battles.
with this, it's kind of curious to me that there's a third faction available, which I assume will be available to us later on in the
Many
game.
battles await you,
As of
Hierarch.
now, we have
Choose
the
a faction and lead them to glory.
Templars And what, the Nerzine?
We
Yeah.
are the blades of iron.
So with the Zealot, I chose the Templar version just because of the AoE attack. And with the Stalker, I chose the Dragoon or the Templar as well, simply because of their increased range and armor.
I am here in the shadows. I have returned.
And now that we're done with this, we'll be moving on to the actual mission.
The Zerg infestation is overtaking Telemetros. Our evacuation is already in great peril. Your aid cannot come soon enough, Hierarch.
Alright, so for this one, we want to activate all of the warp conduits before the last Void Seeker comes in, which is under 15 minutes basically. And we want to make sure that the warp conduit does not fall below 2,000 health. Not a big issue. Let's skip ahead to the start of the mission.
Shakuris teams with Amon Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in peril. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
You will need the aid of my Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
Alright, so a couple of major steps that happen there. Always select your Nexus, Control 1 it. That way you can go ahead and start building the probes quickly. I selected my Forge, so I can go ahead and get my attack up. And my gateways, I've turned into warp gateways so they're easily selectable with that W key or that bottom left click. With this map, it's objective based, but there's not that many enemies starting out, and the detectors don't come for a while. So I'd send them that way to take care of this guy.
Near your position. Avoid Thrasher. By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit.
Karax, are any of the Spear of Idun's weapon systems ready for use?
Orbital strike is online. Designating targets.
The Thrasher has been weakened. Warriors, move in and seal its fate.
Orbital strikes can now be fired from the Spirit of Idun's command panel, Hierarch.
Orbital strike, that one right there, didn't count against you, so you can actually still use it again. However, we got those 4 Dark Templar up there. They'll go ahead and finish him off.
You have not enough minerals.
Mainly, keep an eye on the Warping Pylon.
The Thrasher is slain, but it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
There's a bonus objective on this map, as there is with most maps, which you'll see right now. If you select it, you'll actually be able to upgrade the ship.
These vaults hold the city's last energy reserves. Claiming them should aid you in the fight ahead.
Indeed, completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of Idun's power. There are 2 vaults left in the city.
So Legacy of the Void has done a pretty good job of making sure they kind of direct you down the path you should go. As you notice, there are several gas deposits around to help you warp in the Dark Templar. I would suggest just using the warp-in pylon so far as the Spear of Doom.
The Zerg have extensively fortified this area. An orbital strike would help us break through their defenses.
And then warping in as many Dark Templar as you can. So if you notice here, we clear out this high fortress, we'll actually have a chance to put up a new nexus. So make sure you're building up your minerals so that you can make that happen as soon as possible.
You must construct additional pylons. This will provide us with supply we can use to train new warriors.
Now, as we all know, I'm far from perfect, so make sure you're building these pylons as you're going along.
You must construct additional pylons.
Between each mission, I'm going to be going through all the cinematics, all the conversational possibilities, and I'll be showing you guys what I chose to upgrade as well. So with this secondary objective on this map, we actually get the opportunity to upgrade the ship in one category or the other, and I'll go through that whenever we go on to the mission 5. But I'll usually give you the minute and second time frame to skip forward to. If you'll notice, I'm just warping in Dark Templars until this point. I decided to warp in a couple of the Dragoons to take out those aerial units, because there will be some aerial detectors at the further bases.
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
So I'm kind of reacting late to the fights that are en route. However, the Dark Templar are there to take care of those.
Engaging foe.
This map, I was a little bit more aggressive in pushing my troops out, so I kind of headed off that attack before it happened. If you'll notice, when I warp in those cannons, I go ahead and put a shield battery there as well, as I have the minerals available.
You require more.
I will comply.
Be careful. The spore crawlers and overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
Now, these extra defenses that I'm building up now aren't necessary, but like I said before, I play defensive. Warping in the extra warp gates, absolutely necessary if you want to complete this objective in time. You notice the second Void Thrasher is actually on.
A second Thrasher. The conduit is under assault.
They shall fall. Engaging foe.
The Thrasher has been eliminated. This would be an opportune moment to clear the launch bays.
I have returned. Input command.
Now, warping in those four, I'm correcting the mistake that I had sending the two that I had forward. You don't really need more than 2, as long as you kind of keep them back and only push them forward after the ground units have been cleared.
Matriarch Vorazun, the first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating.
Would you ask of us? Devassans.
So if you notice there, I'm purposefully leaving my stalker units behind. Now we'll build up defenses on the secondary nexus because there will be circling attacks on this base. Then kind of another learn by example, make sure that you're allocating drones for the assimilators. I didn't before I started training drones for the second nexus.
You have not enough minerals.
You seek our service. I am intrigued.
So now you guys can see where the secondary solarite storage is. Make sure you send at least one unit over there to claim it so that you can start upgrading your ship.
What would you ask of us? Darkness descends.
You have not enough minerals.
From the shadows I come.
We have secured a second launch bay.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
Another Void Thrasher's inbound. I haven't used any of
Another Thrasher has appeared. You know what must be done.
the Spear of Adoom's attacks. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the barrage.
That should buy the conduit more time.
They shall fall. I will comply. I am the blade of the Narazine.
So if you'll notice, even after that barrage, still got plenty of energy left in the ship. So probably should be warping in pylons.
From the shadows I come. Clever. I bask in the twilight. Battle is upon us. Engaging foe. I am but a phantom. Alakur Deja. Battle is upon us. By the void. I am the blade of the Narazim.
We are recovering the last Solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
So as he said, we got all the bonus objectives. We have the maximum amount of upgrades possible.
You require more Vespine gas.
From the shadows. Engaging foe.
At this point, we've got enough troops built up that we can just kind of send them in blindly to finish it out.
We have purged the infestation. Only one launch bay remains disabled.
We'll go ahead and take care of that last Void Thrasher. There's, I think, another 2 still left to warp in. But we're doing pretty well. Already moving.
From the shadows I come. Jakul Ina. I am intrigued. What would you ask of us?
This time around, I decided to just send all the guys in there. Because that aerial one there, and I don't have that many starters. So I just sent all the troops in, and it still works out.
Jakul Ina. Battle is upon us. Alakur Deja.
Since we've completed all the other objectives, go ahead and clear that one out. And that will complete the achievement.
The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it.
Alright guys, that does it for another achievement run. This is mission 4. Stay tuned for mission 5. Stay safe, Guardians, and I'll see you out there.